Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Youth Man. In this video, I'll be providing a final review and sharing my thoughts on Power Sound Audio's PSA S3611 Subwoofer. But before we get into the video, if you're into home theater, audio, and video, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified when the next video drops. Alright guys, over the past several months, I've had the S3611 in my theater room and I've run it through a lot of different various testing, including I took some measurements using REW, and I've even put it in a head-to-head slugfest with one of my SVS PB16 Ultra subwoofers. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt and with confidence, I'm extremely impressed with the performance of this subwoofer. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the S3611 has to offer. First of all, the S3611 is massive. The cabinet measures 20 by 28 by 24 with the grills on and weighs a ridiculous 137 pounds. The dual opposing 18-inch drivers fire from the left and the right side of the cabinet, which completely balances the sub out. Now I did a video with glass water on top of the subwoofer and it was slamming in this room and the water barely moved at all. And so you can check out that video right in this card up here above, as well as I'll post a link to it down in the description below. Now if we take a look at the rear of the sub, we'll find access to on and off switch as well as a 12-volt switch, adjustments for gain, delay, crossover, and room size. There's also a 12-volt trigger in and outputs, as well as RCA and XLR inputs. The 3611 has a rugged, durable coating on the outside of the cabinet, and that helps to prevent any kind of scratching or scuff marks on it, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. Now the dual 18s are very firm and the foam around the surrounds is really thick, which allows for a very good amount of excursion. The sub is designed to be mounted with the woofers firing in parallel with your wall, but if needed you can install with one subwoofer facing your wall and then the other subwoofer facing your listening position. Now I've spoken with the co-founder of PSA, Tom, and he suggests that changing the direction of the subwoofer will have very little, if any, effect on the sound. Now speaking of sound, this subwoofer has some of the deepest bass I believe that I've ever heard in a subwoofer. Now when it comes to super low frequencies, I think that's where the S3611 really shines. Now the Power Sound Audio website says that the S3611 has a frequency response down to 17 Hertz and also between 7 and 11 Hertz in-room response. Now I tested this out for myself in my theater room and I found this to be accurate. The 3611 had a flat frequency response down to 10 Hertz in my room, and as you can see from this graph, the 3611 was hitting 108 decibels at 10 Hertz effortlessly with absolute authority. Our ears can't really hear much below 20 Hertz, but my body sure felt it. The S3611 was easily able to pressurize my 13 by 19 by 10 foot room with its dual opposing 18-inch drivers. Now not only was this chair shaking, the rest of my house was shaking as well. Last night I watched Ready Player One and throughout the movie, man, it was intense. Now I had a huge smile on my face as I watched this movie. The S3611 added an incredible sense of excitement as well as realism during the race scene at the beginning of the movie. Now especially when the T-Rex hops into the scene and he begins smashing stuff and cars are flying everywhere and he was stomping around, and then King Kong leaps from the top of the building down onto the track and he begins running. That entire scene was intense. Now later during the movie there's this long 30-second segment of bass when Sorrento detonates that holy hand grenade. Remember that scene? Now that was absolutely ridiculous. The amount of bass that I felt in this room was incredible. Now if you haven't picked up this movie, I highly recommend it. It's an absolute must if you want to give your subs a workout. Now the 3611 retails for $2,100, and although this isn't really cheap, there are plenty of subwoofers out there that are like 12 inches and even 15 inches that cost a whole lot more that can't even come close to the performance of this subwoofer. Now Power Sound Audio offers free shipping, a 60-day in-home trial, a 5-year warranty that's transferable, and also a 60-day price protection in the event that, say, the subwoofer goes on sale. They'll actually refund you the difference in the price. Now this was my first experience with Power Sound Audio, And apart from the S3611 being an incredible subwoofer, I've been equally impressed with their customer service. Now, during my time with this subwoofer, pretty much just about any time that I had a question, I could actually go to their website, jump online, jump in the chat, and the actual co-founder, Tom, of Power Sound Audio, he would jump right in there and he would answer all of my questions. Now, there aren't too many companies that you can speak of that you can actually get in contact directly with the founder of the company. Now, Tom's been incredible to work with, and he always seemed to be available anytime I needed him on the chat. So as I wrap up this review, if you're looking for a subwoofer that offers incredible performance, has a ridiculous amount of bass, that is authoritative, that has output down to 10 hertz, and have the room for this massive beast, I really think that it's an incredible value at $2,100. Now, for more information on the S3611, you can visit their website at powersoundaudio.com. I'll post a link to it down in the description below. Now, I don't make any kind of commission off of any sales of the S3611, but if you do decide to purchase one, I'd love for you to comment and let me know. All right, guys, if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, because I produce weekly videos to help you to maximize the performance of your home theater. Now, if you're interested in more videos on the S3611, you can click on this playlist right over here. And as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll catch you in the next video.